Ayo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Folks, my name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader. I'm now the current head trader at True Trading Group. And for those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated premium online trading education platform and community where we all share the same goal. That is to learn, trade, and profit together 6 nights a week. Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free on this YouTube channel with myself, other TTG pro trader moderators, and special guests. Drop golden nuggets of education and provide free lessons that can help you become a better trader. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you guys have come to the right place. Take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this stream on your own social media. We're live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So welcome everyone joining us on those different platforms. Let's reach out, empower, and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. And of course, you guys are going to want to turn on your notifications because every time I do these lives, my goal is to provide you with value, provide you with education, knowledge, lessons that can help you to become a better trader. So you guys want to make sure that you turn on your notifications. But how do you know that you can listen to anything that I'm going to tell you on these live streams? There's so many people out there that do YouTube videos and provide you with content and lessons, right? How do you know that, or why should you listen to anything I'm going to share with you on this live? And folks, the answer is pretty simple. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I wasn't in my mother's basement for 3 years trying to figure this stuff out. I was taught by professional traders. My very first job out of college, 2007, was working for a fund in New York City right out of college. Then you actually had 2008 happen, and that was the Great Recession, the housing market crisis. But during 2008, I actually went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before they let me touch one single dollar of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training program. I had access to some of the top trading tools. And I was part of a community of like-minded traders, and that is exactly what True Trading Group is based on. I've got a real exciting live stream for you guys tonight. We're going to start things off with a 20-minute Q&A session. Give some time for people to log on. You guys are going to be able to ask me questions. I'm here to help. Then we're going to be discussing today's trading action, and we're going to be talking about pot stocks. And oh yeah, pot stocks. We're also going to be talking about infrastructure. The infrastructure bill is going to be moving forward. Apparently, there's some positive talk about that, but I'm going to be bringing on a special guest tonight on this live stream to share with you some insight. I'm going to be bringing on the Wolf of Reed Street, Jason Spatafora, a partner and moderator of True Trading Group. He is the foremost leading voice in the cannabis space, the best cannabis stock trader that I've ever seen in my entire life. Nobody knows that sector better than he does. Been featured in Forbes, Business Journal. It's just thestreet.com. The list goes on of the different publications that he has been in regarding his knowledge and experience in the cannabis space. So he's going to be on joining me today to talk pot stocks with you all. And then we're going to be going over infrastructure. He actually was able to lock in over a 100% gain on some call options in an infrastructure play. We're going to bring that on. We're going to talk all about that. And then we had the Fed meeting. Fed meeting today, rates unchanged. Of course, we knew that. Asset purchase program, not tapered. That stayed the same. But what about Powell's comments? What did he say? We're going to talk all about that today in this live. I told you we have a lot to unpack. So hope you guys are ready to take some notes and get ready to learn and get some useful information that can help you guys going forward. Now, listen up, listen good. We're about to start that Q&A session. Start typing your questions in chat right now. You got a trader with 17 years of experience literally saying, hey, ask me anything. I'm here to help. And realize this, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So don't be shy. Don't be hesitant. If you have a question, somebody else on here probably has the same one. So go ahead. Without any further ado, let's begin that Q&A. Start typing your questions right in chat. All right, guys, let's fire away. Start typing away right in chat. Ask your questions, and then Joe will grab them and throw them up on the screen. Hey, Mikey, why do stocks that are in a consistent downtrend seem to pop in the pre-market after our session? I'm not sure. I haven't really noticed that type of trend. Why do stocks that are in a consistent downtrend seem to pop pre-market or after hours? What might be happening with the pre-market session is that in the pre-market session, maybe you get a stock that is weak overall, big picture, and pre-market the stock gaps up. Maybe there's a press release or something. A bunch of retail traders come in and they just buy the stock because it's gapping up and they think it's going to go higher. And then as soon as the market opens, you have institutional players, funds, banks that maybe own very large positions in the stock. As soon as the market opens up and all that volume and liquidity comes in, they just start to sell their stock, and the stock just starts to come back down, and that downtrend, and then it just kind of continues. It just kind of continues. So with PDT, it makes it really hard to actually make a profit off of options, it seems. What is a good way to combat? So, that's not necessarily true. Being under PDT doesn't make it impossible for you to profit from options. We have a lot of our members that are under PDT rule and they trade options, but I would say if you want to combat PDT rule, then I would tell you to switch to a cash account. Switch to a cash account. You will not have margin, but you won't be under PDT rule. So you're only going to be able to trade with the cash that's actually in your account. So let's say if you have $1,000 in your account, a margin account, you'll get 4 times that in buying power, but you'll be bound to the PDT rule. So you can only make 3-day trades in a rolling 5-day period. But if you switch to a cash account, then you will be able to trade as much as you want, but you can only use the $1,000 that's in your account. It's going to take 1 day for the cash to settle when you're trading options. So if you put $300 into a trade, then the next day you're only going to have $700 to trade with, and those $300 that you used will be clear the following day, and you can just keep trading that way. Is it better to stay within your balance to purchase long-term stocks, or use the amount of margin, i.e. 1,000 to buy of actual funds, but margin offering 4x? I think it's best for people to use your actual balance to purchase stocks in your long-term portfolio. Because what you don't want to have happen is you don't want to have a margin call in your long-term portfolio in case one of those positions you own goes down. I use margin to trade with. I don't use margin to invest with. When I'm investing, I just invest hard-earned cash. When you're in a swing trade, do you hold your position through earnings reports? I've been warned by a few people who have been burned before. No, I do not, Jillian. So you will not see me hold my swing positions through earnings reports. The reason being is the following. Me being an active trader, my knowledge, my experience, my education gives me an edge over others. Now, people that don't know what they're doing, obviously, I have an edge over those people that don't know what they're doing. Okay. But if you are holding through an earnings report, I'm taking away that advantage. That advantage that will allow me to identify high probability patterns and setups, because it's our job as traders to identify A, B, and C setups. That's what I do. I break down setups and I identify them as A, B, or C. What's that mean? An A quality setup is going to resolve itself in one particular price direction, let's say maybe 70 to 75% of the time. A B quality setup, maybe 60 to 65% of the time, and a C quality setup maybe is a 50-50 coin flip. Now, as traders, you want to have the knowledge to identify the difference between those setups, and you will as a member of True Trading Group. I cover all this stuff in our courses. We talk about it every day in chat. That's exactly what you're going to learn how to do, how to identify the difference between these 2 different or 3 different, qualities of setups. You want to put yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. Be patient enough for those A quality setups and go after and attack them. If you're holding a position through earnings, if it's a full position, it's one thing if you've already taken 75% of your position off the table and you're playing with house money and you want to hold on to some into earnings, fine, go for it. But to hold full position on a swing trade into earnings is extremely risky. Great. Yes, you also have potential reward, but aside from risk reward, you're looking at probability. It's a very low trade. It's a low probability trade. It's a 50-50 coin flip because there's no technical indicator. There's no chart setup that's going to matter if a company blows out earnings, completely craps the bed on earnings, gives great guidance, gives crap guidance. The stock can go up, down. You have no idea what those numbers are going to be. You could assume all you want. Doesn't matter. Look at Apple, for example. Yesterday, Apple crushed earnings. Crushed. The stock still went down. Why? Because they said that there were concerns over future iPhone deliveries because of the semiconductor shortage. Really? So the stock went down, even though they crushed earnings. So there's no way for you to know what a company is going to report in their earnings. There's no way for you to know what they're going to give for guidance. So it's a coin flip. I don't like putting myself in coin flip scenarios. I like putting myself in A quality, high probability scenarios and do that over and over and over again. Do you recommend having separate brokerage accounts for your long-term portfolios versus your active accounts? Absolutely, 100% yes. I recommend everybody completely separates their long-term portfolios from their active trading accounts. It's two completely different mindsets. And I don't think that you should be looking at your long-term portfolio every day. You shouldn't. Because days that your portfolio is up big or down big, you're going to be staring at the balance of your long-term portfolio, and that's going to cause you to miss opportunities in other places that you can be actively trading. I keep my long-term portfolios are with JP Morgan Wealth Management and Fidelity. Those are where my long-term portfolios currently sit. My active trading account is with Lightspeed. So my day trading and my swing trading is with Lightspeed. I look at my Lightspeed account as this is how I'm going to generate income. I look at my long-term portfolios. This is how I'm going to generate wealth. All right. So I'm not looking to actively trade the long-term portfolio. It's two completely different mindsets. And I think that it's easiest if you keep those completely separate. Okay. It's easier if you keep them completely separate. I think people get themselves into trouble when they combine them. Do you always sell at resistance or sometimes you wait for it to break? If so, how can you tell if it's going to break? Nope, Sebastian, I usually will almost always take profits off at resistance levels because that is my profit target. So when I'm in a trade and I'm looking to say, okay, I bought this stock, where are my take profit targets? Where am I going to take profit if the stock reaches? What a take profit target is essentially a potential level of resistance. Okay, it's a potential level of resistance. Now, there's no way for you to know what resistance level is going to break and the stock will go higher, or what resistance level is going to hold and the stock will then go lower. No way for you to know that. All right? No way for you to know that. So what I do is every time a resistance level is reached, I take profit off in front of it. Let's say, for example, I buy a stock at $12. I say, oh, it looks like there's resistance at 14. I won't wait for 14 to get tested and then watch the stock pull back to then take my profit. What I do is I trade in tiers. I use a tier trading strategy, a tier trading system, which is something I initially learned working at the fund, and I've since tweaked it so that it relates to my own individual retail trading. The idea behind tier trading is that it's designed to help you stay in winning trades longer and to keep losing trades small. It's a complete game changer. I guarantee once you learn how to trade in tiers, you'll never trade any other way. But when those resistance levels are reached, I take a piece of profit off in front of it. So let's say if $14 is my resistance area, I'll take a piece of profit at $13.80, right? In front of it. I'm not going to wait for that level for us to go to 14 and then go all the way back down to 13.30 for me to then say to myself, okay, well, that level is resistance. I'm now going to sell it at 13.50, 13.40. Why? I don't want to do that. I'm going to sell in front of all those resistance levels. And then if it breaks through it, great. I'm still in some of the position because I'm trading in tiers, remember. So I tell everybody to identify at least 3 profit targets. Profit target 1, 2, and 3. So once profit target 1 is reached, I sell 25% of my position. Once profit target 2 is reached, I sell 50% of my position. Once profit target 3 is reached, I then sell the last 25% of my position. That's how I trade in tiers. Now, I can get into a lot more detail about the tier trading strategy and the tier trading system. There's an entire course in the TeachD curriculum that's included free with your membership. You don't have to pay extra for any of that stuff. All of our courses are included free. There's an entire course dedicated to the tier trading system specifically. It's a complete game changer once you guys learn how to trade it. And to prove that to you, watch this. My members, my TeachD members, if you are a member of True Trading Group, type the number 1 in chat right now if the tier trading strategy that you have learned through True Trading Group has made you a better trader. If the tier trading strategy that I have taught you has made you a better trader, type the number 1 in chat right now. Anyone that's on this live that is not familiar with the tier trading strategy, just watch the amount of number 1s that come through chat right now. These are TTG fam, TTG members that are all implementing the tier trading strategy, and they will never go back. They will never trade any other way. It's an absolute game changer. Honestly, it's an absolute game changer. Yeah, well, my TTG fam is strong tonight. Look at all these number 1s. Strong, 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 strong. Nice, very nice, guys. All right, next question. Keep typing those questions, guys. Keep firing away. Questions, questions, questions. Let's see, what do we got? Presuming there's a good pullback in the market, will TTD offer guidance on how to stock up a long-term portfolio? Woo! Woo! Paul, my man. Paul, I wish you were with us in March, brother. I wish you were with us in March. My TTG fan. Will TTG offer guidance on how to stock up on your long-term portfolio? Will we? TTG fam, you tell me. Answer the question for Paul. Will we? Guys, if you've been a member of True Trading Group, especially going back to March and April of 2020, when we had the big crash, I was screaming on the top of my lungs, telling people what stocks that I was buying. All right. Screaming at the top of my lungs. The Wolf, I'm bringing him on tonight. One of TGD's partners and one of our pro trader moderators. He was screaming at the rooftops the stocks he was adding in his long-term portfolio. Every single time that we add to our long-term portfolio, we notify our TTG members as to the stocks that we are adding and the prices we are buying them at in our long-term portfolio. So if and when the markets do pull back significantly, I will absolutely let you all know when I am adding to my long-term portfolio. I am not adding to my long-term portfolio at these current levels. I think we are way further, to the top. We're a lot closer to the top of the market than I think we are to the bottom of the market. So although I still do remain bullish on the market this year, I do think within the next 1 to 2 years, we do see a significant pullback in the markets, and I will be notifying all of our members on when I see the opportunity to step in and start buying. I stepped in March of 2020, and I started buying on that sell-off in March of 2020, and that buying went all the way into April, and I loaded myself up on some positions on stocks that are up well into the mid to high triple digits on some of these positions. It's absolutely insane the moves that these stocks have made since those March 2020 lows. And we as True Trading Group fam have absolutely crushed that opportunity. That sell-off in March was, in my opinion, one of the greatest opportunities of my lifetime as far as the market is concerned. Actually, in matter of fact, it is. It was the greatest opportunity that I've seen so far in my career as a trader. Now, I traded through 2008 and 2009, which was, the great stock market. We went down about 55%. The market went down. It was a total disaster. It was a total nightmare. Huge crash. But it took a long time for the market to get back to all-time highs. It took many years for the market to get back to all-time high. Yes, we went down a lot further, so you could have bought stocks a hell of a lot cheaper, but it took a long time for those stocks to go back to where they came from. In March, a couple months, all these stocks were higher than where they came from. I mean, it was just the greatest opportunity that I've seen in my career. And we'll get another opportunity like that. The markets will crash again and we'll get more opportunities. And, I'll be there, and the rest of my moderators will be there with you to kind of keep your heads straight while everybody else is panicking and freaking out. You're going to remain calm, and we're going to make, educated and informed decisions that are going to better us for the long haul. And just like we did in March and April of 2020, we'll do that the next time that crash comes. Absolutely, Paul. Is a correction in the horizon? The market is up for 5 straight days. I'm looking at VIX. Define horizon. So I'm bullish on the markets for the next couple months. So it depends on what your term horizon means. Horizon for you and horizon for somebody else can mean totally different things. If you're saying, do I think a pullback for the next week? No. The next month? No. Within the next year? Maybe. I also don't think the VIX is really trading very well. Even when the markets go down, the VIX doesn't really move all that much because there's just not a lot of fear. There's not a lot of volatility in the overall market when we're sitting up here at all-time highs. So if you think a pullback is coming, you're probably going to be better off with maybe, I don't know, put options on the SPY than you would even call options on the VIX. Michael, when do you know when to sell a long-term stock if there's a big pullback and then buy it back cheaper? Well, that question doesn't really necessarily make sense, right? Think about it. When do you know when to sell a long stock in your long-term portfolio if there's a big pullback? So you're saying if there's a big pullback, you're then going to sell and then buy it back. That doesn't really necessarily make sense. The way that I look at my long-term portfolio, I'll tell you guys this now. This might surprise a lot of people. Over the last 8 years, I have only sold one stock in my long-term portfolio in the last 8 years. All I have done in the last 8 years is buy more, and buy more. That's what I've done in the last 8 years. Now, within the next year will be the first time that I will actually begin to take profit in that long-term portfolio. I don't try to be cute with my long-term portfolio. The stocks that I own are stocks that I plan on owning until I'm 60 years old. They're companies that I believe in their long-term future and their long-term outlook. I'm not trying to trade those stocks in my long-term portfolio. If you try to time your long-term portfolio, and by time, I mean sell when stocks move higher and buy when they pull back, and sell when they pop and buy when they pull back, you're going to end up not owning the stocks that you want in your long-term portfolio. Imagine if every time Apple or Amazon went higher over the last 10 years, I sold the stock and then waited for a pullback to buy it. If I was doing that, folks, I promise you, I would not still be a shareholder of those stocks. So when it comes to your long-term portfolio, and I'll just pull up a chart here just to kind of, let's just go over something here. And let's take a look at something like Amazon, right? I'll go to a weekly chart of Amazon. We go to a weekly chart here of Amazon. If every single time Amazon had a pullback, I sold, I wouldn't still own the stock. This is a weekly chart. That's a big drop. In 2018, we went from $2,000 a share all the way down to $1,300. That's a big drop. Then you look at, the big drop in March of 2020. I loaded the boat in here. I loaded up in there on Amazon. I wouldn't still be a shareholder of this. Like, take a look at Google. Like if every time the stock has big pullbacks, if I'm selling that, I don't still own Google right now. But look at the chart. You look at Facebook, same thing. Look at Facebook. Imagine if I got scared and I sold Facebook during that. Are you kidding? I don't still own Facebook today at $360 a share. Nvidia. You know how easy it would have been for me to panic and sold Nvidia right there in 2018? The stock literally went from $70 all the way down to $33. The stock was literally cut in half. The stock literally dropped by 50%. If I panicked, well, now look where Nvidia is. So when I put stocks in my long-term portfolio, I'm not trying to actively trade them. I'm not trying to say, oh, look, hey, Nvidia just made a big move higher. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to take profit. Well, if I took profit at that time, guess what? I'm not still a shareholder of Nvidia. I put stocks in my long-term portfolio that I believe in when it comes to the long-term future of these companies. And I'm making bets that 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, these stocks are going to all be worth a hell of a lot more than they are today. I don't actively trade them. I actually did a workshop, guys. I did a workshop with our members on long-term portfolio stuff that's in the video library that you guys can go check out. That kind of helps people with their long-term portfolio. No, I don't necessarily have stop losses. I don't have stop losses based on, of course I own Google. My goodness, of course I own Google. It's one of my top 5 biggest holdings. My biggest holdings are Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and now Nvidia. Nvidia is up there. So is AMD. All right. But I also own maybe close to 200 different stocks in my long-term portfolio. But guys, like I said, so we have a course, not a course, excuse me, but I will be working on a long-term portfolio course for the TGG fam, just so you guys are aware. We're always adding to our curriculum and the education and the courses that are on the platform for our members. Our most recent addition was the course on crypto. We will be working on a long-term portfolio course that we will be adding on to the curriculum for all of our members. But yeah, guys, I haven't sold any of those positions for the last 8 years. Every year I just buy more and I buy more and I buy more and I buy more. And I've done it very, very, very well doing that. So I don't try to time the markets like that in my long-term portfolio. And my stop losses are not based on, my stop losses is not something that's based on the price. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, okay, if Nvidia gets to 150, I'm going to stop out of the position. No. In my long-term portfolio, I'll stop out of a position if the company is fundamentally not doing what I want it to do. Like, here's examples of companies whose business models I don't believe in and who are failing companies. Okay, an example. I'm not a fan of AT&T. All right, they provide a good dividend, but AT&T would be a company that I feel like has kind of dropped the ball a little bit, has allowed Verizon to completely take over that space. And yes, AT&T provides a great dividend, but not a company that I'm going to buy in my long-term portfolio, or I would maybe be inclined to sell it and put that money into something like Verizon. I like Verizon better. Another example, Intel. I think Intel is an old dog. It's a dinosaur. They did not innovate, and all of these other semiconductor companies like NVIDIA, like AMD, are stealing market share from them. AMD is a superior product to Intel, superior management team, and that is why I own AMD, and it's one of my favorite long-term portfolio positions. In March of 2020, I was screaming from the rooftop, literally until I lost my voice, to get in AMD at like $45. I added to my position at $45. I already owned it, but I added to it at $45. That stock's at $98 today, guys. That stock's at $98 today. Another company that I would have dumped if I owned it, which I did not a very long time ago, would have been something like JCPenney, like a company like that. BlackBerry. These are companies that I really I would not want to own if something happens fundamentally with those companies. It's a fundamental reason why I would say, hey, I don't believe in the future of this company. But like Starbucks, I believe in the future of Starbucks. I don't care if Starbucks stock goes down 15%. I believe that 10 years from now, Starbucks is going to sell more coffee and other things than they do today. It's just that simple. Hold on. Yeah, we'll take one more question and then we'll move things on. We have a lot to talk about here today. Do you invest in index mutual funds or individual stocks for long-term portfolios? So Tony, I do both. I have one portfolio that is strictly mutual fund based. All right. Some mutual funds that I recommend are Vanguard. Vanguard has phenomenal funds. Fidelity's got really good ones as well, but Vanguard is excellent. I think Vanguard's one of my favorites. They're fantastic money managers, very consistent with their performance, huge firm, really good. I like Vanguard, long story short. So I do both. That's why I have a lot of different long-term portfolios. I have like 5 different long-term portfolios just with JP Morgan alone. And those different portfolios have different investing strategies. I've got one that's like super high growth. I've got another that's like real dividend based. I got another that's like mutual fund based. I got another that's emerging markets. So like I have a lot of different investment strategies in those different portfolios. And I think when you're first getting started, owning index funds is great, low risk. You get exposure kind of to everything across the board. Buying individual stocks, which I also do, and I also do have, it's a lot more risk because, an individual stock could go down 40%. An index, like a mutual fund, is not going to go down 40%. But similarly, the individual stock could go up 100%. The mutual fund's not going to go up 100%. Okay. So, your mutual fund might fluctuate 7% or 8% a year. So low risk, but also low reward. But I think it's a good place for you to get started. Eventually, I think it's good to be diversified and have mutual fund exposure, but then also have individual stock exposure so you can really take advantage of some of that upside. But have that mutual fund exposure to kind of limit some of the downside. All right. So that's it, folks. That just about does it there for our Q&A. You guys asked some really great questions. Thank you for all of you participating. We have plenty of time for people to log on. We've got almost 1,000 people that are watching the live. Welcome all of you. Listen, if you're not a member of TTG, if I did not get to your question, don't worry about it. We do these lives 6 nights a week. Just click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. If you are a member and I didn't get to your question, just send me or any one of our 7 Pro Trader moderators a private message in chat tomorrow. We'll be happy to answer any question that you have. And if you're not a member and the ability to send a private message to a Pro Trader during the day and ask us questions and have access to us, if that sounds strange, I assure you it is the norm at True Trading Group. It's part of what makes us a family. Now, speaking of new members, I'd actually like to see what we're working with. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, guys, do me a favor. If you're not a member or this is your first live stream, type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you're not a member or this is your first live stream. We got DRD, Kevin, Sam, Tony B, T.O. Poppy, Ola's Market, Pamela, Amy Dean, Leo D, Duck Butter, Carol Lawrence, Gangesh, Bobby Lowe, Clinton Attard, Randy Lampman, Siopolis, Michelle Lamb, Jada Rodriguez, Seal Rotha, Jillian Unger, Bobby Bobcock, Naveal Bagat, Byron Glaspie, welcome back, Teddy Zab, Broke Tradesman, Brandon Molika, Topic Compton, R. Grubbs, Malasadas, great guys, this is beautiful. Guillermo, Tom, great guys, awesome. Great. All of you that are typing the number one, welcome. Seriously, welcome to the TG Live. Before I continue to the main topics of tonight's live, and I got a really great live. I'm bringing on the Wolf, the 4 leading best cannabis trader that I know. Nobody knows the cannabis space better than this guy, and he's going to come on and talk about pot stocks with you guys for a little bit. Before I get into that, I just want to make a statement real quick for everyone that's on here, because I want you all to understand that yes, True Trading Group is a premium product. We are an educational platform for traders. We combine top-notch education, premium tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media. We're a community. We're a community of traders where we all share the same goal to learn, trade, and profit together. But at the end of the day, True Trading Group is a business. Now, a lot of people say, well, if you're such a good trader, then why would you make a business? And that's because, folks, I'm also a businessman. And my partner and I, Adam, who you guys, my TG fam knows him as Shug, he and I saw an opportunity to positively disrupt an industry that has a terrible reputation, and for good reason. There's a lot of people out there that sell courses or claim to have some kind of secret strategy in the markets, and it's all nonsense. They don't know their ass from the elbow. They don't give you any help. You sign up to their program. If you complain you didn't learn anything, they say, well, that's because you didn't pay for the VIP package, and then they try to upsell you on that VIP package, but never actually give you any help. And that's why this space in this industry has such a bad reputation, for rightfully so, rightfully so. But guys, I get to wake up every day and do what I love. I get to trade, and I also then get to get paid to help others become successful traders by providing 10 times the value of any other company in this industry for a fraction of the price. And if you guys don't like the idea of TTG being a business, ask yourself this: would you rather that we treated you as a charity, or would you rather get what you pay for and then some? Because we're not here to do favors, guys. We're running a business, and the purpose of this business is to grow and succeed. But our growth and our success is based on the success of our members. That's how we've grown this business from day one. That's why we say welcome to the family. That's why my team and I work 15 hours a day on how we can constantly be improving this platform for our TG members. We are only as good as our members are doing, not by how much money we spend on marketing. Our success is directly tied to yours. All right. So when's the last time any business truly gave a shit whether you succeeded or failed or had that mindset? So just because we sell a premium product, which is a membership, does not make the quality of the information any less that we share on these live streams. And the bottom line is that our members are, in fact, undoubtedly becoming better traders, and they're making money. And that's what it's all about. And if you guys don't believe me, I want you to watch this. If you are a member of True Trading Group, if you are making money and becoming a better trader because of TTG, type the number 1 in chat right now. If you are a member, becoming a better trader, and you're making money because of True Trading Group, type the number 1 in chat right now. Sound off, let them know. Now, anyone that said that I'm not a member or I'm new to the live stream, don't even pay attention to me anymore. Just watch the side of the screen. Watch how many number 1s come across the screen. These are TTG members that are telling you, yeah, guys, he's not full of shit. He really does know what he's talking about. He is honest. I'm a member. I'm making money. I'm becoming a better trader. And that is why we say welcome to the TTG family when someone joins the group, not, hey, oh, welcome new member or welcome student. It's welcome to the family, because we truly care whether you guys succeed or fail. All right. So you guys can see all of the number 1s that are coming through, flying through chat right now. Those are all of our TTG members. All right. Also, before I get into the main topics of tonight and before I bring on my guest, I do want to note that for those of you that don't know, we do a lot of giveaways with our members. We did a $30,000 giveaway just last Sunday. Whenever we get 300 new members in True Trading, we give away a brand new Tesla or 30 grand cash, whichever the winner decides. You just have to be a member of TTG to be included in that giveaway. But we also do stuff for our new members. We always give away like Amazon Kindle Fires, tablets, laptops when new members sign up. It's like our gift for joining the family. We don't always have them, but when we do, they go quick. And tonight I only have 14 laptops available. So the next 14 people that join True Trading Group will get themselves a brand new free laptop. We even cover the shipping. And yes, we do ship globally. We have members from Japan, the Philippines. We have members in the Netherlands, UK, Italy, Spain, Brazil, Mexico, Canada. We have members from all over the world. So we do ship globally, and we do cover the shipping cost for you. It's going to be either an Asus, HP, or Dell laptop. Those are the brands that we have, but there are only 14 of them. All right. There's only 14 of them. A 1-year membership to True Trading Group, it's normally $2,212. But from now until midnight Pacific tonight, you can save 40%. It brings the price of the membership all the way down to $1,314. That's $1,314. And the next 14 people to use coupon code TTG121 will get that 40% discount on the price, and you will also get the brand new free laptop. Again, coupon code TTG121. The next 14 people get a free laptop and that 40% discount. I want you to think of us as a Netflix of trading communities. There's no upsells, add-ons, nothing. You pay one price, you get full access to everything that we have. That includes our entire curriculum. It's a 17-course curriculum. It's a simplified version of the stuff I learned working at the hedge fund. It's broken down into beginner and advanced courses. There's also courses on options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it, text and video format. You also get Benzinga's Pro News Feed because you're live breaking up to the second news alerts. You get Quote Media's full book level 2, which shows you all the market maker depth. You get Trading Views charting software, which is one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders today. You get Trade Ideas Scanner. So we have a Trade Ideas Scanner that shows you stocks making new highs, new lows, volume surges. It's broken down into small caps, mid caps, and large caps, whichever you trade. This will really help you stay focused on the best stocks you should be trading during the day. There's also a simulator to let you trade stocks and options with fake money, with real-time data, so you can practice before you start trading with real money. You get our chat room, which is unlike, it's not Discord or anything like that. It's proprietary software where the moderators and I, we share our screen. We show you what we're looking at. You see what we're doing. We're live on the microphone, talking to you live during our trades, telling you where we're buying, where we're selling. And you can also private message us during the day and ask us questions. We're there the whole day. We're not gone after 2 hours, and you'll have to fend for yourself. And we're currently sporting over an 80% win rate in chat. When the moderators and I call out a trade alert, 80% of the time, it is a profitable one. We're also doing live workshops every week. We do one-on-one mentor sessions with lifetime members. We do small private study groups where this is your chance to like really get the individualized attention and help that you need from a TTG mod to ask questions and go over lessons and topics that you need help with. And then, of course, the giveaway. Every time we get 300 new members, folks, we give away a Tesla or 30 grand cash. All right. And the next 14 people to use the coupon code TTG121 will get all of the things I just mentioned for just $1,314. It comes out to just over $3.50 a day. It comes out to just over $100 a month. And you will get the brand new free laptop as well. All right. Again, we do cover shipping. We do ship globally. Please note, you'll know you're getting one of the 14 laptops if you go to your checkout cart and you see the laptop in your checkout cart. That means you are getting a laptop. If you do not see a laptop in your checkout cart, that means we've sold out. All right. You actually have to enter the code TTG121 and click apply code to get the discount. All right. We also have a money back guarantee, folks. I stand behind this program. I'm so confident in the program, the education, the platform, the community that we have created at TTG, that if you do not make your membership fee back, I'll give you a full refund. Here's the deal. You commit to me, I'll commit to you. If you do the following, go through all the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one private study group. If you do those 3 things and still don't make your membership fee back, which is $1,314 today with that coupon code, if you don't make that back at least once during your membership, I will give you a full refund. I'll give you all of your money back. I am not kidding. I put my money where my mouth is. I stand behind this program. And the reality of the fact is that over 80% of our members are successful, according to a recent survey that we conducted with our members about 3 weeks ago. That means that they're making money and becoming better traders. And if that was not the case, I would not be able to offer you a money back guarantee. It is just that simple. Everything I'm saying to you, it's on the website. So you'll know you're getting exactly what I'm saying to you guys here now. All right. So again, use the coupon code TTG121. The first 14 people will get the 40% discount plus a brand new free laptop, totally free. All right. Now, with that said, let's move on to the main topics of our live stream today. I want to welcome everyone without any further ado. Everyone, give a big, warm welcome to one of the partners of True Trading Group and one of our pro trader moderators, the Wolf of Weed Street himself, Mr. Jason Spatafora.
I'm so small. Hey, everybody. How are you?
Hey, everybody.
I can never get the intro, like when I'm coming in, like, what do I say to people? Like, hey, do you know me?
You know what you should say? Ayo.
Ayo.
Dude, I love people, like, I get messages from people on like Twitter when like they see like my thing, my AOs, and some people hate it and some people love it, and I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's like your signature thing.
Yeah, man, it is. I don't know how it happened either, because I never used to say like AO in any other aspect of my life or any other moments.
When you're ordering pizza, you're like, Ayo.
Oh, when I'm ordering pizza, hey, it's the pepperoni and the cheese. Give me the cheese. Nah. All right, guys, let's get serious for a second. All right, so everyone, in case you guys haven't noticed, this is the man himself right here, Jason the Wolf, Retreat Spatafora. For those that do not know who Jason is, okay, Jason is the leading voice in the cannabis space. All right, and I have to be careful with my words here because I don't want his head to get too big. All right, so I got to be careful. It's tough, but it's possible. But I don't want to. Oh, look, we made him small. Thanks, Joe. We made him small so his head doesn't get too big. Jason is somebody, guys, that a lot of you come on these live streams and you come to me for advice. Like, Mike, what do you think about this stock? What do you think about this? Mike, what should I do about this? How do I do this right? Put it this way. Whenever I'm going to buy or sell any pot stock, cannabis related company, I will not do so without first consulting Jason. Jason is an expert in the cannabis space. He has been published in Forbes, Men's Journal, TheStreet.com. The list goes on other publications that he has been interviewed by different journalists for his opinion and commentary on the cannabis space. So
I forced Cory Booker to last week to walk back his statement on
he
safe
did
banking.
Force Cory Booker to walk back his statement. We're going to talk all about that here tonight too, guys, because you had Tilray had earnings,
Yep.
Right? Tilray had earnings, big move higher for Tilray today. That pulled the entire cannabis sector up with it. And there's a lot more cannabis companies that are due to report earnings. So I think maybe what we'll do here, Wolf, is I've got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
All right. And I think maybe I'll run through a couple questions for you. And then maybe if we have some time, we can have the audience maybe ask you a couple questions regarding the cannabis space. But first, I want to go back to that Cory Booker thing. Can you kind of fill us in on what happened with Cory Booker? There was the Safe Banking Act. There was a lot of, push and shove going on the political and Capitol Hill landscape. And everyone knows that marijuana is still federally illegal in the United States. And we are working on hopefully changing that sometime soon. So why don't you just give us kind of an update, Wolf, like lay of the land. Where are we from a political regulation standpoint? And what happened with Cory Booker?
Okay, so let's start with Cory Booker. So this is like 2 weeks ago. And everything was looking good. So I always talk about volume coming back in July, and it's a gradual process, and everything was playing out. And then Schumer and Booker and Wyden, we're going to have this thing on this press conference on, cannabis legislation, safe banking being the key thing. And everything's great. The market's loving it. And then
what is the Safe Banking Act, Jason, for those that don't know?
The easy way of looking at it is that cannabis companies, like in the United States, could put their money in banks. They can have access to capital. instead of getting banged for like interest rates of like 12% and warrants that are dilutive to shareholders. Just look at it. It's cheaper money, basically. And, everybody needs credit. It gives them the ability to use a bank, because right now they can't use a bank. So they're going through all this, and Cory Booker gets, started getting, he was grandstanding. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's like, I will block SAFE if isn't some kind of social justice measure in there. And as soon as he said that, now he's all about safe banking. But, so he's saying this for the camera. The problem is that the cannabis space, or a lot of the investors, they think that this is like a nuclear bomb, which it isn't, because, SAFE was never being voted on. And everything that he wants, companies actually have it in their charter. So it was a lot of grandstanding. And at the end of the day, you can't have social justice if you can't bank. So he's completely putting the cart before the horse. People didn't really understand it. So obviously, I and a lot of other people were just kind of calling him out, and getting very, I had like the blue check army going after him. And, finally he answered he answered my question on Twitter, and then I hit him over the head, and I basically just walked him into a trap, which inevitably ended up with him having to go on Yahoo Finance and do an interview and basically be like, I want safe banking. There's no bigger supporter, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of happened. It threw off the volume and the momentum for like a week and a half. I think that, now I would have liked to seen that not happen, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And as we're going into earnings season for pot stocks, like the United States companies look great. And even the Canadian companies look much better. So Tilray had earnings today, a huge move, traded over $1 billion, which is nuts. Put it in perspective, it traded over 100 million shares today. And a company like Trulieve, that symbol TCNNF, trades like 75 million a year. Okay. Now, this is, and this is a big part of safe banking. So you can't have an uplist on the US companies until we have safe banking.
Right.
So, the money I'll just give you the earnings, right? I'll tell you what happened with Tilray. So the street was anticipating that it would have an 11
Time out, Wolf. We've got Esteban. Esteban, welcome to the TTG family.
What? You do this to me every time, man.
Hey, man.
You can't stop me when I'm on a roll.
I'm sorry.
Esteban,
welcome, man. Everybody give Esteban a big warm welcome. There's only 13 laptops left. Guys, use the coupon code TTG121. Get that 40% discount and get yourself that brand new laptop. There's only 13 left. These are going to go very quick. They always go fast. We only had 14 today. We now only have 13. So the next 13 people to use coupon code TTG121 will get the 40% discount and a brand new laptop. Wolf, keep going.
Thank you. All right. So as I was saying, the estimates were that Tilray was going to have 11-cent loss. They ended up with a 27-cent gain. Huge beat.
Wow, I didn't realize that it was that drastic.
Yeah. Revenue 142, estimate was 146, but and they had some impairments, but what people wanted to really see was that Canada is actually selling weed, and this is part of the reason that I got out of the cannabis space in 2019, in March of 2019. It's just because there just weren't enough dispensaries that, there's a bunch of stuff that I've gone into in some of the webinars, but huge move, 27% gain last I checked. And it held up, and now we're going into.
It's actually, Jay, we've actually only, when you mentioned the volume, how it traded over 100 million shares today. This stock, since it's been public, has only traded over 100 million shares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Since Tilray went public, it has only traded over 100 million shares 6 times.
It's huge.
And we've got Tika. Tika, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give Tika a big warm welcome. There's only 12 laptops left. Guys, use that coupon code TTG121. You're going to get a brand new free laptop. The next 12 people will get a brand new free laptop, and you guys will get that 40% discount as well.
Yeah, so welcome. So yeah, just a nice move. And, look, one of the things that a lot of pot stock investors don't realize is there's a seasonality to this sector that you can, set your portfolio to. You risk off a little bit on, in February, January, and, you expect to buy like these summer dips. But, the expectation is Q2 is going to be really good. So, here's and I prepared something for you guys. So these are the MSO. Joe, can you hit him with the MSO earning estimates? He's gonna come. Don't worry. He's figuring it out. There we go. So this is basically, Curaleaf reports on the 9th. So put this in perspective, right? So Tilray just did $142 million, right, in revenue. Last quarter, Curaleaf did $260 million. Okay, $260 million. Today, I'm just going to give you an idea of like volume. Okay, today, where the fuck are you? There you go. It traded less than $6 million. Yeah. Okay. So this is something that you have to be forward looking with cannabis companies. All right. Think about that. So that's the biggest, 260 was the biggest number ever. Okay. That was last quarter. That was $115 million more than Canopy did. And Canopy had a negative margin.
Yeah.
These things are increasing like you can't find growth like this anywhere in the stock market, period. Yeah.
We got Francois.
Everyone in the family.
Keep interrupting Jason.
11 laptops left.
Everyone keep interrupting Jason. I love this. He has a hard time staying focused. Everyone keep interrupting him. Francois, welcome to the TTG family. There's only 11 laptops left, guys. Use coupon code TTG121. I want to touch upon what Jason's talking about right now. I want you all to understand how this ties together. What you're seeing on the screen right now, these are the earnings estimates, right?
Yep.
For the U.S. companies, for your U.S. cannabis companies. Now, Jason just read to you the amount of revenue that Tilray did. What was that number, Jason?
$142 million.
$142 million in revenue. That was Tilray. Last quarter, Curaleaf, Green Thumb, Trulieve, Cresco Labs all had way more revenue. Now you look at what's expected from this quarter's earnings. Curaleaf is expected to do $310 million. That is more than double Tilray's revenue. Now, let's talk about something though, because safe banking, I'm going to explain to you guys right now as an investor why this is such a big deal. As a cannabis company, safe banking, whole nother ballgame. Allows them to do banking traditionally. They can actually get real loans. They could write off different expenses differently. So it's going to actually increase their bottom lines. They're going to be able to actually generate, literally, the companies can do nothing different, but they will make more money if safe banking is approved, because they're going to be able to write off different things when it comes to their taxes. Their accounting methods will be different, and they will therefore be able to actually report more of a net earning rather than the situation that they have right now. It will change that for them. So it's a game changer for the companies on a fundamental standpoint. But why is it also a game changer from an investor standpoint? It's very, very important that you all understand this. I just gave you the example, or Jason gave you the example, that Tilray, Curaleaf is set to do double Tilray's revenue. But let's go to a chart real quick, and let's look at the volume that Tilray traded today. 116 million shares. Carol, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give Carol a big warm welcome. Guys, there's only 10 laptops left. You've got to use coupon code TTG121 if you want that laptop. So Tilray, 116 million shares traded, right? Now, Curaleaf, you would think Curaleaf would be of more interest than Tilray because it's twice the size of Tilray. Let's go to Curaleaf. 484,000 shares traded today. Why? Why? You have to ask yourself why, and I'm going to explain it to you. When I worked at the hedge fund in New York, I was not allowed, I was not allowed to buy OTC stocks. I wasn't allowed to. I can only buy main listed stocks. Because cannabis is still federally illegal in the United States, the U.S. cannabis companies cannot list on the New York Stock Exchange. They have to trade on the OTC. These Canadian companies, cannabis is federally legal in Canada. So through that loophole, Tilray, Canopy Growth, Kronos, Aurora, all of your Canadian cannabis companies, they can list on a main exchange. So you have millions of investors that are not able to buy Curaleaf, Trulieve, Green Thumb right now because it's on the OTC. You have a Robinhood account? Guess what? You can't buy Curaleaf. Do you know how many people on Robinhood are obsessed with cannabis stocks? But when they go to buy, all they can buy is Tilray, Canopy, Kronos, Aurora, and those companies are a fraction of the quality of the companies in the United States. We'll pull up that figure again. Joe, can you just make that figure big again so people can see it? You're talking about the revenue that is expected from these companies. Now, full disclosure, Curaleaf is mine, and I believe Jason's. If I'm wrong, Jason, just correct me. But mine and Jason, okay, Jason also. Curaleaf is my largest position in my long-term portfolio in the cannabis space. Curaleaf is also Jason's largest position in the cannabis space. When these companies are able to actually uplist, you are going to have so many funds and investors that right now want exposure to the cannabis industry. And the only way they can do so is by buying shares of stocks like Tilray. But when they have the option to now say, would I rather own Tilray or would I rather own Curaleaf with a much smaller multiple with double the revenue, what do you think those investors are going to do? Yeah. You're going to have, I think, once these U.S. companies are allowed to uplist, there's going to be a lot of selling come into the Canadian stocks because funds that have cannabis exposure are going to lighten their positions in the Canadian names to initiate positions in the U.S. names. They are far better companies. So everybody is obsessed today with Tilray and this. The real story for the long haul, Jason and I believe, is going to be these U.S. companies. They're better companies, period. They make way more money. They're growing at a faster rate.
Well, and look, Mike and I aren't here to be like, Tilray's bad, Sundial's bad, whatever. The point that Mike's trying to make is, at the end of the day, it comes down to total addressable market. We've got 10 times the population as Canada, right?
Yep.
So, these companies, and he touched about this, had to not only bank differently, but pay their taxes differently. It's something called 280E. So basically, they pay taxes at a crazy rate. Okay, now these are all things that I don't even factor into, like my price targets. Like where do I, if things continue and each of these states opens up, what does that do? So to give you an idea, last year the market was valued at 17.5 billion. Now they're saying by 2025 it's going to be 45 billion because New York came in and everything. Right. So essentially, the people that are buying these companies now are getting ahead of all the institutional guys, all the fund guys that can't buy them.
Yep.
Eventually they will. And what Mike was talking about was the multiples flipping, which is the cornerstone of my thesis. So if Canopy, for example, trades at a multiple of 20 and is neck and neck with a company like Curaleaf, in terms of market cap, yet Curaleaf trades at a 5 multiple, what happens, when Curaleaf uplists? Now, that's a 20 multiple for Canopy, and Canopy doesn't make any money. Now, all right, so let's say
Jason, where does that put Curaleaf? If you gave Curaleaf a 20 multiple,
$50.
$50. So guys, literally, the multiple that Canopy is trading on, if you just give that same multiple to Curaleaf, you're at $50 a share. We got another one. Salahudin. I'm definitely not pronouncing that correctly. I apologize. But TTG fam, welcome them anyway to the TTG family, our newest member. 9 laptops left. Guys, use coupon code TTG121. Get the 40% discount. Get the brand new laptop. There's only 9 of them left. They're not going to last. They'll be gone by the end of the stream. Yeah. So go ahead. Continue.
But look at it like this. But you can't value it at a 20 multiple in a perfect world. You got to put it at like a regular CPG multiple, some consumer packaged goods company. So then really you're talking about a 40 or 50 multiple. Okay? So think about that. Now, that's just with uplist, not 280E. Right. Safe banking. That's without legalization. So people always say, you want legalization? No, drag legalization. As long as you give me an uplist first, I don't get legalization. Could be in 10 years because we're pretty like 80% of the people already have something. Right. But, and I did prepare something for everybody to just kind of, because I knew I'd be talking about this. Joe, could you hit them with the next one? Because your minds are going to be blown.
I love that you're prepared. This is great. Joe, make that bigger for us if you can, bud.
Yeah, you can make me small. Make me small. Oh, okay. It's like cut off. Can you get, there you go. Okay, so what you're looking at, that's Canopy. All right. So where that line is, you can't really make it out. If you say that you are here, there you go. So that's where the US companies are if we do this. Okay. Now, if that's where the MSOs are, so at this point, most of the Canadian companies weren't even trading on a big board. Okay. Now look, that's what happened into legalization.
Yep.
At that price where Canopy is on that line, okay, was about $7.25. The summer before, it was at $3, and then it ran to 14, and then it pulled back 50%. And people were like, "Should I get in? Should I get in? Should I get out?" And I'm like, no, you stay into legalization. We've got the model right here. You know, you just have to risk off in, you know, at the appropriate times, which is exactly what we do. So if this doesn't excite you, now guys, also keep in mind, you know, like the hope for Canada was, hey, we're going to be growing these, have these huge facilities, and we're going to sell so much weed. Problem is they never could. And they took all of this money, you know, it had billions in write downs and I mean, even Tilray, I think Tilray had an impairment of like $20 million on weed that they couldn't sell during the pandemic or something. So the US companies are literally printing money. They are fiscally responsible because they have to.
Yeah.
You know, guys, and the crazy thing is you can actually see what these companies do on a weekly or monthly basis. I can tell you that right now in the state of Florida, Trulieve sold 47% of the flower last week. Shout out to Puff Daddy for putting that stat up. You know, and I took this image from somebody, but I went over in Trader Palooza, so I don't feel bad about it. But thank you.
I love this graphic. Love this graphic.
But this is one of the key things that I talked about. And guys, last June, and TTG members back me up. Last June I did, and this is before I even got back into pot stocks. I did a webinar and I basically mapped out the entire year. Everything has happened exactly to plan. In February, I go, look, market's going to go down. Okay. It's going to pull back. It's what it does. I hope it doesn't, but it is. You know, every single cannabis position that I entered last July is up 100, 200, 300, 400%. You know, and even the big board positions when pandemic hit, like Power REIT, IIPR, crushing, absolutely crushing. But you have to understand that this liquidity drain is part of the motion of pot stocks, you know? So yeah, I mean, this is it. Like, I think
we also just dropped a link in chat. If anyone wants to check out this graphic, we just posted a link in chat to this graphic. If you guys would like to reference this link later, we posted a link right in chat so you guys can check out this. It really puts into perspective where the U.S. market is. And if you go back to this point in time for the Canadian companies and you look at the revenue that was being produced by these companies at that time, and then you look at zero. You're talking about a company like Curaleaf that is set to do $300 million this quarter. It's night and day.
Crazy.
If these companies were allowed to uplist on a major exchange, they would all be 500% higher than where they are right now. I am not selling. Everybody hear me now. I will not be selling my Curaleaf position. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I don't care what happens next week. I don't care what happens next month. Come find me when I'm 45 years old, and I'm going to still be a shareholder of Curaleaf because I believe in the future of the cannabis space, and I think Curaleaf is going to dominate the U.S. market.
Yeah. There's a lot of good companies, you know, like TerraSend. TerraSend's another company. TerraSend, their revenues are basically in line with Tilray. And the only reason Tilray, and I'm not trying to crap on Tilray, the only reason Tilray's earnings were 142 million is because, remember, that's also Tilray and Afria after the merger. You know, so it's a double dose. Like, guys, it took two Canadian companies, the other two biggest Canadian companies, to not even do half of what Curaleaf is going to do. That's it. And ran. But the trade for the Canadians, it's still a good one. You know, like I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any options. I have sundial options, and you guys have heard me talk about sundial. And can I even show that I have options? There you go. I'm very prepared. Now, this is a degenerate move. Okay? This is a degenerate move. I have 1,100 sundial options. But I traded this before. I actually talked about it on the live stream before. These are for October, by the way. And yeah, like, you know, there is a trade in Canada.
Absolutely, yeah.
But long term, you know, the U.S. is where you want to be. And, you know, we don't have to get into like, you know, it's us versus the Canadians. It just comes down to population, you know? So
and gang, I think like I said, Wolf said it really, really good there, that the way that I look at the cannabis sector is that I look at the Canadian stocks are a trade. Trade those. They have bigger moves. They have way more liquidity. They're more volatile. They've got options that you can trade because you don't have those on the OTC stocks. Like, they're better stocks to trade. But so when it comes to my Lightspeed account, which is where I do my active trading, I will never be trading Cureleaf or Green Thumb because they don't move enough. There's not enough liquidity. Okay, when I'm trading something, I'll trade Tilray. I'll trade Cannabis. I'll trade Aurora. But my long-term portfolio, there's not a single share of a Canadian cannabis company in those long-term portfolios. It's Cureleaf, it's Green Thumb, it's the U.S. companies in my long-term portfolio. So I'm looking to build wealth in the U.S. names. I'm looking to trade the Canadian names until the U.S. companies uplist. And then I'll have the U.S. companies in my long-term portfolio. And then I'll also trade them when I see price action and I see good movement. So that's how we look at it. I think what we'll do here real quick, Wolf, you know, let's just maybe just a couple of minutes. I want to see, we'll open up the floor. We'll do a quick little Q&A. If anybody has specific cannabis-related questions that they have for the Wolf, you guys go ahead right now, type your questions in chat. We'll let the Wolf take maybe 2 or 3 questions. We'll talk about infrastructure real quick, and then we're going to head on out of here. It's my nephew's birthday today, so I got a birthday party that I got to get to. So, guys, go ahead, type your questions in chat right now. If you guys have anything you want to ask the Wolf about cannabis stocks.
all right, Joe, just waiting on you, buddy. Hit me with one. Wolf, what are the price targets on MSOs? Oh, good question. I think the 12-month price target on Cureleaf is 27, on TrueLeaf 72. I'm using US prices. Green Thumb like 65, Cresco Labs 32. Cresco Labs biggest upside on that these targets. The targets are basically just essentially double all of these. That's basically what it comes down to. Like, price targets are you know, like, you know, the thing about analysts is they haven't been doing, you know, like, you'll never find an analyst out there that's been trading pot stocks longer. I've been trading pot stocks since 2013. So you'll find that the people that have been in the space the longest actually know more than the analysts. And sometimes I'll have analysts actually be like, what do you think of my price target? And I'll be like, add 20%, you know, something like that. So yeah.
Add 20%.
Add 20%.
Next question.
Oh, I'm glad you like the laptop. You're welcome.
Nice. Just want to say thank you for the laptop that arrived today. If anyone is wondering if it's real, yes, it is real. We really actually do send you a free laptop when you join the TTG family. It is our gift to you for joining us. I think we've got 9 of them left. So guys, again, use coupon code TTG121. You'll get a 40% discount on a brand new laptop.
Ooh, I see a good question.
Ooh. Oh, wait, you see one? Okay, go ahead.
If you can only pick one company, which one would you choose to invest in? I mean, I'm already investing in it. It's Cureleaf. The reason I like Curaleaf so much is because in 2019, even 2018, they were spending money via shares. So they were actually diluting to make these acquisitions in companies like Select or the Green Solution. Because cash is so vital, they had to use stock. Now, a company like Select that they acquired for $1 billion, if Select went public now, that thing would be worth $2 billion. Same with the Green Solution. So, I believe that the other MSOs, the True Leads, the Green Thumbs, which have phenomenal businesses, are going to have to do more of that. Curaleaf just did it early. And this is one of the things, because we had Boris Jordan on a couple months ago. He just did this in Europe with a deal and essentially got a private investor to pay for that entire deal, give him 130 million cash. And people aren't even looking at that, that company can do studies on drugs or, the endocannabinoid system similar to GW Pharma and have huge upside down the road. So, I like it because it also allows me to throw cash from other trades that I'm making into Curaleaf where it's not going to get away from me.
Oh, hold on. Ciopolis. Okay, so I just saw some members. Ciopolis became a member and is also a veteran. So everybody, welcome Ciopolis, and thank you for your service. Ciopolis, who's been on the YouTube channel, was actually part of our trial and is a veteran. Thank you for your service, Ciopolis. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the fam.
So yeah.
So guys, maybe we'll take one more question for Wolf. Anybody else? One more pot related?
Okay. If the Fed decides to raise rates or taper Q4, early Q1, will you exit MSOs temporarily? I'll trim for sure. I mean, that's definitely the risk. That's the risk in the market, right? Everything's going to go down. Okay. So, one of the things that you've got to realize is pot stocks, when they decide to run, they run hard and fast. They're also the things that get smashed or kicked in the teeth first, generally. So, I do think that I actively manage my pot stocks, which is, holding an 80% core and then playing with that 20%. So basically, I just put that money to the side for that, for the difference in that 20% from, if I trade something up $1, down $1, whatever. And that served me. That's the only reason that I'm able to buy dips as aggressively as I have been, especially in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean, it's something to consider. But long term, it's kind of like looking at a chart of the SPY. These coronavirus, the 2008 taper or interest rate scare. They, we remember them as traders because we went through it. But most people just look and they're like, it was nothing. It was a blip. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Good stuff, guys. Well, that just about kind of wraps up the cannabis discussion. Maybe we can have Boris back on maybe after earnings.
Yeah.
We'll see it maybe. Yeah. For those that missed it, we had the CEO of Curaleaf on the TTG live stream not too long ago. It was a really great interview with him. We were talking about the state of the cannabis industry and it was really, really a lot of fun. And maybe we'll see if we can maybe get him back on here, guys, after they report earnings, and maybe we can get some more insight on what's going on with the company, which is Jason and I, our largest holding in the cannabis space in our long-term portfolios. And I have no intentions on reducing the size of that position. I only plan on making it larger. So if you guys are interested in that, maybe we'll have the CEO on one day and come back on and we can kind of talk about his earnings. We can talk about the company and also talk about the state of the cannabis market in general here in the US. I think that would be a lot of fun. Before we do go, for those that don't know, Jason is not just about cannabis. Yes, he is, in my opinion, the best cannabis trader that is out there and someone that I go to when I want advice with cannabis, but he also trades other stuff.
I do.
He also trades other stuff. And Jason has been on top of this infrastructure trade
since September of last year.
Yeah. Since September of last year, he's been all over this infrastructure trade. And for those that have been living under a rock lately, you have Biden's trying to pass through a massive infrastructure spending bill. The Democrats and Republicans have been going back and forth, but there was some headway made today where Republicans said that they're actually ready to kind of move that forward a little bit. So it looks like some middle ground is being struck between Democrats and Republicans, which doesn't seem to happen very often. So it's a good thing. And Jason actually has been all over this trade and actually took profits today, well over a 100% gain on some call options. And Jay, if you want to just break down the thesis behind this trade, your current positions, what it was, and if you want me to, I can pull up a chart.
Yeah, you can pull up a chart of U.S. Steel first and make it a yearly, so you can go back to September. Show everybody where September is. There you go. So as soon as I saw that the polls shift to Biden in the summer, I abandoned all the tech that I was trading and the higher volatility to focus on infrastructure and weed. Only reason being is Democrats like to do infrastructure when they get in because, you know, they like to pump those job creation numbers. But also because it just kind of made sense. U.S. Steel was $45 in 2018 and just got smashed because of the tariffs. So, you know, it was actually the first trade I put on in TTG at 480, a 480 entry and then an option. So I've just kind of been all over this, especially when Biden got into office, because the thesis was they're gonna try and jam something through in that 100 days, or at least start discussing it. So basically sticking with the options and everything, the infrastructure deal. Now the infrastructure deal, like that trade, I believe is over. Okay. And I said this once the last time they said they had 10 senators, it ran up to like almost $30. Now you're dealing with supply and demand constraints and, steel and other materials just being in low supply. And then, obviously a ramp up in the economy with the reopening. So, which is why I put this U.S. Steel trade on. So I've got $25 calls for January. And honestly, guys, we've absolutely beat this thing to death. First entry was 535 back in April, took it all the way to 8, back in at 675, took it back to 8, took it back down to 440, back to 755, and now in the last pieces of that. Okay, so a huge rip. Now the other one is CX, and that's a trade that Mike's talking about today. Even though I did take a little bit of profit on US Steel today, CX is another one. The pattern is just, it's great I think that CX is a great option to start on if you're a beginner, not Apple or the SPY, or definitely not Tesla, because it's not going to break you in any day. It moves in increments of 5 cents. And, when it gets going, it starts to go. So we re-entered this trade on the 19th, okay, the 19th of July. And it went down to 750, okay? That was after being in the same call from 25 cents to $1.10. It was a 400% return. And got aggressive. So essentially, if you traded the one before this thing was free essentially. And then when it got back down to 30 cents, I said to everybody, I go, I'm going to get aggressive with this again. And we traded it up all the way to 58 like a week ago, and then it went back down to 40 and just kind of hung out. And I stayed with my position. Obviously, I risked off. I went into today with like 70 contracts less, or left, I should say. And, started taking profit at 60 cents to make it a clean 100% from my 30-cent entry. with the highest being 65 cents, which makes it, like 117%. And I'm still holding my position. They have earnings tomorrow. The expectation is that, the earnings are going to be good. We actually have a member of TTG in the cement business, and he says the business is booming. Not only that, but 2% is in the Philippines, and he sees steel like shipping containers, and he called me yesterday to talk to me about shipping like there's no steel shipping containers.
Yeah, there's like a shortage of shipping containers. It's really bad.
Yeah, which is amazing. Okay, because I added to my U.S. Steel position today at at $3.30 on that option. It closed at 380, and I had I took part of that at 365. But I probably wouldn't have been as aggressive as I was today because I bought 50 contracts at 330. If he didn't tell me that there's no steel. And this is actually something that he had talked about and kind of walked me through beforehand. So this is actually one of the benefits of having 7,000 plus people all over the world in TTG. And the thing is, a lot of you don't even realize, you guys are experts in fields that Mike and I are brainless when it comes to. We got people that are long haulers for fuel and oil and gas and everything. People in cybersecurity. You have no idea. And it's really powerful, having that knowledge. Like for me, with cannabis, I was just kind of first one there, right? First one to show up at the party, and I'll be the last one to leave. And I kind of made that my job. For some of you, your job is outside of this. You're using this company, you're using that company for cybersecurity. You guys are seeing things that we aren't seeing, and part of TTG is just kind of unlocking that.
Yeah, man. That's what being part of of the family is all about. Being part of True Trading Group is, the whole point of being part of a group is to make each other better. TTG is not just, your moderators like Jason, myself, and there's a handful of other pro trader moderators that are in True Trading Group as well that have different trading styles and that are calling out trades, that provide mentorship to members. Whether you're a day trader, a swing trader, whether you trade stocks or options, small caps, mid caps, or large caps, we do all of it with all of our different moderators. But, the whole reason to trade in a group is to make each other better. It's not just to stroke the ego of a head trader. It's to, we make you better, you make us better. There's plenty of times that members have brought stocks to my attention that I wasn't necessarily looking at. And then I was like, wow, good eye. This looks really good. And I'll trade it and I'll make money. Just like there's times I bring things to other members' attentions and they follow me on a trade and they make money. I mean, that's what being part of a group is all about. And, it's kind of what Jason's talking about members that are professionals in specific fields and how using that information to be able to profit and put that to develop a game plan and to execute on a trade like Jason's been doing with this CX trade. And it's just been a lot of fun to watch. I know a lot of members have been following the Wolf and have been capitalizing on it. I'd actually would love to know if you are a member of True Trading Group and you have made money with the Wolf. I would like for you to type the number 1 in chat right now, guys. If you've made money with the Wolf, I want you guys to type the number 1 chat, whether it's US Steel, whether it's CX. I want you guys to type the number 1 in chat right now. Guys, pay attention to all of the number 1s coming through chat. These are your TTG fam.
I also have the highest win rate of all the mods, which I love to remind Mike. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys made this an absolute pleasure. And with that, I'm leaving on a high note.
Yes, go now. All right, well, Jason, man, thanks for joining me tonight. A lot of fun, as always, for the Wolf joining me tonight on the live. A lot of fun. A lot of really good information. Hope you guys really learned from this stuff. There's been a lot of talk around the cannabis names because of the Tilray earnings today, and you have a lot of cannabis company earnings that are coming up, so they're in the news. And I feel like it's important for us to have that discussion here today with you guys, and I hope that this was, in fact, helpful. A quick little update on my trading action today. Just one trade for me today, folks. That was SPRT. I'll cover it with you just real quickly. I'll cover it with you guys real quickly. All right, let's go back to the charts. Just one trade for me today, and this is a lesson on volume. Okay, lesson on volume. So here we have it, guys, SPRT. All right, SPRT, you will see that we had a very clear level of resistance today. Oops, sorry, I'm not showing my screen. So there you have, Joe, can we get rid of that cannabis background? So you guys will see here that you have this resistance level there at the high of the day on SPRT. And then we finally broke through that level at 3 o'clock with a huge increase in volume. All right, so on that huge increase in volume, I came on the microphone. I told all of our members in chat that I'm stepping in here, guys. I'm getting long on that pullback, and I got long right there on SPRT at $8.90. $8.90 is my entry point right there on SPRT. We had a pullback here, tested my stop loss area. That was my stop area of 850. We tested it, held beautifully, and then you got a nice pop into the close, into the after-hour session. I took a piece of profit off the table here at $9.40, and then another piece of profit came off the table. I'll give you guys my exact timestamp for you. $9.72 at 4:05 p.m. So after hours, this is 2 days in a row. If you guys caught my live stream yesterday, 2 days in a row making money trading SPRT after hours. Okay. And I was planning on holding 25% of this position if we were able to stay above 950. We were unable to stay above 950, and I took final profits off the table right there. Again, this is in the after hours session because we were unable to hold. We were unable to hold that 950 area. Why is 950 important? I'll draw it out for you. We'll go out to the daily chart, and there it is, folks. That previous high right there, that is your resistance level. That is your resistance level right there. And I said to myself today, if we were able to get above it and hold it, you can see we got above it, but as soon as we were unable to hold it, I got flat the rest of that position, took my final profits, and called it a day. So not a huge P&L day, but still a nice little green day. Nothing crazy, but a nice little game there on SPRT going into the bell, and that was my trading day today. Guys, awesome live. I hope you guys really got some useful information out of this live in the Wolf. What I would like to do now is I'm going to show you guys the entire TTG platform. But before I do, I'd like to know who's not a member of True Trading Group. So if you guys could right now type the letters TTG in chat if you're not a member of True Trading Group. I'd like to see how many non-members we have with us here today. So okay, guys, type TTG in chat right now. All right, we got Mike Samaniak. We got Catherine, Justin Skull, Debbie, Mark. Nice, Jillian. RG. Great, guys. Good. So we have a lot of non-teaching members that are joining us here today. Welcome all. All of you that are typing TTG, real quick, I want to make sure you all do know and are aware. We do have a free 1-week trial. So anyone that is interested in trying TTG out for a week, you can do so. No credit card information is required. you can just go to ttgfree.com. Again, that is ttgfree.com for our free 1-week trial. Now, listen, though, you're not going to get the 40% discount and you're not going to get a free laptop. But if you want to try us out for a full week, you certainly can. You'll get some discount, just not the full 40%, and you won't get the free laptop. But like I said, you can try us out for a week. That 1-week trial comes with 1 week of read-only access to our trading chat room. You get to use our Benzinga Pro live news feed. You get 1 sample course. You get our daily watch list and our trading game plan every morning. And you also get to view all of our trading history in chat. The TTG moderators are required to upload their trading activity to a journal on our website that tracks all of our activity. You will literally be able to see every single buy and every single sell that all of our moderators make, so you can see how you'd be performing if you followed along with all of those alerts. Okay? So again, guys, ttgfree.com. For those of you that are ready to join the team full-time, remember the membership is usually $2,212, but from now until midnight Pacific, you can save 40%. It brings the price all the way down to just $1,314. That's $1,314. And the next 9 people will get a brand new free laptop. You just have to use coupon code TTG121. Remember, there's no upsells into Trading Group ever. You pay one price for the year. You get access to every single thing that we have. As a member, you're going to get the top trading tools and resources because we've bundled them all together as part of your membership. Included with your membership is going to be Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat room. This gives you news as soon as it crosses the wire. I can't tell you guys how much money we have made and saved by using this news feed because we get the news as soon as it crosses the wire. My mods, myself, our members, we use this every day. It's totally priceless. Then you're going to get also Quote Stream's full book level 2. That's going to show you all the market makers inside of level 2. You're also going to be able to use our trade simulator. That's going to let you trade stocks and options with fake money while you can practice implementing what you've learned in the courses. And yes, it's real-time data. So you can practice in real time while using that simulator. Guys, please use a simulator if you're new. Most traders lose money when they first start. Please use a simulator. Make sure you can actually make money before you start risking your hard-earned cash. You're also going to get access to our Trade Ideas scanner. This is the industry-leading scanner. It's going to show you stocks making new highs, new lows, volume surges, you name it, guys. It's broken down into small caps, mid caps, and large caps. So regardless of what you trade, this scanner will help you stay focused on the best stocks for you to be trading during the day, give you the best chance to profit. You're also getting TradingView's Pro charting software. That's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Yours included, totally free. Guys, you don't have to spend $1 extra to get any of these things. These things are all totally free. You're also going to be getting at least 10 easy-to-follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that currently has over an 80% win rate. We are fully transparent in chat. We keep a trading journal on our website that tracks every buy and every sell so you can see how you'd be performing if you were trading all of those alerts. All right. You're also going to get a small private study group with a TTG moderator. This is your chance to get individualized attention, go over lessons and topics that you really need help with. It's a game changer to go those small private study groups with a pro trader. That's how you guys can learn and speed up that learning curve. Then you have the courses. Gang, you get access to every course. There are no VIP or pro courses that will cost you more money once you sign up. You get every course when you become a member. This is a simplified version of the stuff I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, then there's advanced courses. There's also courses on options trading, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto. It's all in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. Then in addition to the courses, you have a video library that has well over 100 hours of additional educational video content. These are those workshops and those webinars that we conduct. We hold workshops every week. All right. Now, these are different topics that the moderators and I have covered with our members live. We record this session and then we load it into the video library for people to go back and check out later. Some recent topics are like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. You have access to all of this. And then, of course, you have access to our chat room where We share our screen with you. We're live on the microphone. We're calling out our trades. You can send us private messages and ask us questions. You get access to all this. Now, gang, use that coupon code because the price of our membership, it's going up. Between now and August, we're moving the price up to over $2,000 because in life, it's important to know your worth. And we know our membership is worth far more than $1,314. Far more. To put that into perspective for you, that Benzinga newsfeed, if you went to Benzinga and wanted to pay for that newsfeed on your own and said, nah, I don't want to become a member of True Trading Group, but I do want that newsfeed, Benzinga charges $1,400 a year for that service. You get that newsfeed included with your membership, and you can just pay $13.14. All right? That's how crazy of a value you're getting at that price point. That Quote Media, the full book level 2, they charge $990 a year for that. The trade simulator's $300 a year, and the premium level charting software from TradingView is $600 a year. Just those 4 tools would cost you over $3,200 if you paid for them on your own. They're all included free with your membership. All you guys have to do is use coupon code TTG121 right now, and the next 9 people to do so are going to get a free laptop plus the 40% discount. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry. In order to do that, we have to provide insane value and, frankly, results at a price substantially less than any of our so-called competitors. Guys, again, for those that think this is expensive, it comes out to just over $3.50 a day. It comes out to just over $100 a month. And you have that money back guarantee. I'm dead serious. If you don't make your membership fee back at least once after going through all the courses, passing the quizzes, and attending a private study group, if you don't make that membership fee back at least once, I'm going to give you all your money back. I'm going to give you a full refund. If you commit to me, I'll commit to you. That's how confident I am this can and will work for you. I stand behind our program. I stand behind our education. I stand behind the community that we've created. Over 80% of our members have gone on to be successful, meaning they're making money and they're becoming better traders. I'd actually like to know my TGD members, we're speaking about for new people, if you don't make back your membership fee, but how are members doing, right? Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group, how long did it take you to make back your membership fee? Guys, comment in chat right now. How long did it take you to make back your membership fee? Took Gilbert Feinberg 1 week to make back his membership. Three weeks for Marcia to make back her lifetime membership. Jeff M says, guys, it's worth every penny. Join. It took Bruce less than 2 months. Thomas made his membership fee back just from watching live streams. Christy did it in 2 weeks. Celeste did it in 3 weeks. Kawakawa did it in 6 weeks. Roxanne G, 3 weeks. Glenn Wilson, 2 days. 6 trades for Jenny Wonder. Marianne says, what is a lifetime membership? So Marianne, we have 2 different memberships in True Trading Group. One is an annual yearly membership. The other is a lifetime membership. The lifetime membership is only available to annual members. You cannot just join the lifetime membership. You must be an annual member first. All right. So there you have it, guys. You guys can pay attention. Carpe Diem says, this is no joke. He's for real. Nothing to lose. A chance to create a life of your own or stay stuck in the rat race. Amen to that, Carpe Diem. Amen to that. Julie took her 3 months to make back her membership fee, only due to working 60 to 70 hours a week. You can trade while working full time. Julie, that's a really good point. If there's anyone on here that thinks that they can't benefit from something like this because they work a full-time job, you're wrong. And to prove that to you, let's actually do this. Julie, a good point that you bring up. If you're a member of True Trading Group and you're making money while working a full-time job, type the letter I in chat right now and tell me what's your profession. Because guys, if you're not a member and you work a full-time job and you don't think you can do this, pay attention to the comments that are going to come through chat right now, because we implement day trading and swing trading in True Trading Group every single day. Okay, so you'll be able to trade even if you're not able to sit in front of your computer all day long. We also have a mobile app that allows you to stay connected to chat. Even if you're not in front of your computer, you can see the screen share. You can listen to the audio analysis. And here's the best part. You get real-time push notifications when a moderator enters or exits a trade. All right. Here you can see I'm in the film business, registered nurse, physical therapist, advanced auto parts, a school teacher, another registered nurse, a shipbuilder for the U.S. Navy. So you guys can see all the people that are commenting what their professions are, and they're making money with True Trading Group. Marcia Gomes, full-time trader at TTG. Yes. Put that on your resume. Put that on your resume. Full-time trader at True Trading Group. Patrick, welcome to the TTG family. Patrick's ready to put it on his resume. Patrick, welcome, my friend. Everyone give Patrick a big warm welcome, folks. That means there's only 8 laptops left. You guys got to use coupon code TTG121 before it is too late and there are no more laptops. We are also 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Go check us out. I invite you all to go read those reviews. Over 1,300 people have taken the time to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Go read them. There's no better referral than one of your peers. All right, guys. So again, coupon code TTG121. The next 8 people get themselves a brand new free laptop and a 40% discount before the price goes up. Otherwise, you guys can join us on the 1-week trial. Go to ttgfree.com. That is ttgfree.com. You won't get the 40% discount. You'll get maybe the most you'll get is about a 22% discount, which brings the membership down to about $1,700. But if you want the 40% discount, brings the price down to $1,314. You guys can use coupon code TTG121 right now, and you'll get a free laptop. If you do the trial, I'm sorry, you won't get the laptop. There's only 8 of them left. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. You're the best. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button for me. Show me some love, guys. Let me know how much you appreciate the time, energy, and effort that goes into all these live streams. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to look to finish this week off strong. We've got a couple days left. Let's make them count. Thanks for joining me, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Later, guys.